By global standards, our fiscal deficit is horrendously high. And Nirmala Sitharaman will be clever enough to get a lot of impact with a very minimum of giveaway. The question is, are you creating a deficit or is a deficit being thrust on you? The reason why we are going to deficit is not that we have decided to spend. It is that there is going to be no revenue if there is a recession. So, it is not that you are deliberately going for a deficit. If we are going to get into a recessionary global economy and the Indian growth rate also comes down to 5%, there will be a lack of revenue. That is causing the deficit. So, in those circumstances, can you go on a major investment spree? I mean, that would surely be unwise. So I said, people say ideally as though the deficit is within your control. And then they say you should do it in the form of capital investment and not giveaways.
Yes.
These are not within your control. A recession-led high fiscal deficit is arising because of lack of revenue. That is what you face. And you will face it not just in terms of GST. I mean, for instance, if there's a global recession, import-export goes down, your import duties go down, your export taxes go down. So in various ways, you find that the global thing impacts you negatively. Now, we are already at a 6.4% fiscal GDP. If you include states, then at 10% of GDP. By global standards, our fiscal deficit is horrendously high. We get away with it because our growth rate is quite high. We get away with it. But the correct rate is not that we are in a position to increase it. It is that, thank your lucky stars that you are not in very, very serious trouble. A lot of countries at your fiscal deficit are going bust. If you look at your neighbors, Pakistan is bust, Sri Lanka is bust, Bangladesh has just gone to the IMF. Please, are you aware of how difficult the circumstances are? So as I said, high fiscal deficit is going to be thrust on you. It's not a question of your choice. Within that, this is not the time for major adventures in spending. It is possible to have quite a few revenues with very modest fiscal effects. This is the good thing. For instance, you say anything like PM Kisan, 12,000 rupees. Now, this was announced several years ago.
Yes.
You increase from 12,000 to 14,000.
Yes.
So you have given a revenue, but it's only 2,000 extra. Can you afford it? Of course you can afford it. In real terms, it will be worth less than when you first announced it. So similarly, a number of other benefits, the kind of people saying, I will give a subsidy for one more gas cylinder.
Yes.
You can do that. Again, another remedy, but a small thing. The politics demands certain kinds of remedies in different sectors. They will be given. One hopes that Nirmala Sitharaman will be clever enough to get a lot of impact with a very minimum of giveaway.